Hi everyone, this is some pictures that I took of New York Central Park in the middle of April when I was there this year. I was up at the west side, quite near the north end of the park, and the first thing I saw when I came over there was this huge water reservoir. As you can see, this is actually really big, and all the way around, and it was a bit windy, as you can probably hear. It was springtime and there were lots of these pretty flowers coming along, and statues and stuff, and one of the first things I came across was this Belvedere Tower. Now, Belvedere Tower is really quite interesting because it looked to me like a medieval castle, and you walk round to it, and it's approached, on some of the rock strata up these staircases. And though it's not too tall, it again gives you a nice view over Central Park and the greenery and the trees just coming into bloom. And as you can hear, there were quite a few children in the area, so that was quite pretty. Yeah, this is Central Park is built on an outcrop of slate, and you can see lots of the rocks around. And this is just a close-up, which didn't come up too well, but it shows you how sparkly the rock is that it's made of. Carrying sort of down south from there into a more wooded area. And water, and that's one of the things you notice most about Central Park, at least I did, that how much water there was. We hear about all the work, the play areas there, but there's a lot of water as well, and it's always surrounded by buildings and statues here and there. And there's a load of wildlife. In fact, sometimes you can think if it wasn't for the noise and the people that you could actually be in the middle of a real park somewhere. Everywhere you looked, you're surrounded by the buildings and an interesting mix of architecture. And most of the water is free-flowing and natural, but there are one or two fountains, and this is a particularly spectacular fountain. And as you can see, it's a very popular place for people to sit and congregate. This was another sunny, windy day, which I got a lot of when I was visiting New York. And then I went over the other side of the park to Strawberry Fields, an area in memorial of John Lennon. And I talked about the statues and stuff. There's one here of Hans Christian Andersen, the duck, which I thought was very sweet, actually. And then the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, with children climbing all over it. Well, I'm sure I'm not supposed to, but... And talking about being mad, well, if you really wanted to, you could spend some money and have a look up these telescopes. And your view is into the rooms of the rich and famous across the end side of the park. This is a unicyclist. Can you spot that? So lots of cyclists, but there was just one unicyclist. Ramsey Field was interesting. It's got another piece of statuary, this sort of Puck character. But this one I found quite strange. It looks like a spaceship landing. And then a memorial. The first memorial I saw in the park. Lots of grand avenues and the statues everywhere. And then, if you like, just to complement that, a bit of what I consider just frivolous fun. Yes, a carousel. Isn't that cute, in the middle of the park? And this is the end of the park, as far as I'm concerned, these pictures, these statues here. And that was my visit to Central Park. Hope you enjoyed it.